my name is Trina Ennis. I'm a life fun expert and I help people and organizations all over the world have more laughter, fun, vibrancy, play into their lives and into their workplace. My vision is to inspire a world where prioritizing fun is a must-have, not a nice-to-have. It's not a luxury, it becomes a necessity. I call this fun health and I call this the fun movement. Why am I doing this? Well, my story started at 40. That was 14 years ago. I had on my bucket list to write a book by the time I was 50. And I had grand plans of writing this juicy fiction novel with about 20 characters all intertwining amongst each other and having some juicy backstories about what you're not seeing outside is what's happening inside your house. And 40, 41, 42, 43, I hit 45, 46, 47. I was writing, I was rewriting characters, I was getting bored of myself, and I paused and reflected that I have a very short game of life, of everything. I'm a sprinter, I'm not a marathon rider. And that was the same in my writing. I couldn't finish this book because I had too much of a long game, so I scrapped it and I decided to write about what I know. Thus, my doodles, This Is What I Know, was born. It was written vignette style, fun, quirky topics, easy to read, intended for like the back of your toilet. Pick it up, have some entertainment. There's chapters in there like embracing weird or friendship webs or crossing your fun line. Super fun read. And it was dedicated to my adult children in case I got hit by a bus. They would be bestowed their wisdom by their mother. I met my bucket list of 50, had a big yacht party where I did a big book reading, live band, Cole Harbour, Vancouver, city lights, danced the night away. And then I hit the button, go the next day on putting it on Amazon. And that was where the real test came in. What were strangers going to think of this fun book that was intended for the back of the toilet? Well, it surprised me what happened. What surprised me were people, strangers, were calling me and asking me, messaging me, asking me, how do I live this way? And I was scratching my head because I was living what way? I wasn't living anything extraordinary. And the questions were coming, how do you live with such vibrancy, with such spirit, with such get up and go, curiosity, adventure, with such liveliness? And that was when I paused and I reflected and realized perhaps I am living a life of extra vibrancy, extra liveliness, extra fun. And it's because I'm prioritizing my fun. And not only in the workplace, but also in life. And this was an opportunity for me to help others, help people prioritize their fun so they also can live with their zest and spirit. So let's start with who's got sign number 1? Gentleman in the corner. All right, could you please, there's a couple runners, could you stand up and read it? You don't have the signs, but I will get them to you right now so you can read it. One more pause, please.
Forget to give them out, hand them out.
Yeah. Okay, sir, could you please stand up and, yes.
Creativity is intelligence, having fun. Albert Einstein.
Creativity, thank you, is intelligence having fun. Albert Einstein. Well, if fun was good enough for Albert, it was good enough for me. So this is what I discovered when I started down my journey of prioritizing fun. I discovered we talk about mental health, sexual health, emotional health, diet health, food health, men's health, women's health, health, but no one is talking about fun health. Living lively, fire in your belly, body tingles, goosebumps, euphoria, feeling lightness, cup being filled with fullness, overflowing, whatever it is, living lively this way has a mountain of health rewards. Letting go of life constraints. When you're living lively, having fun, prioritizing play, you can handle the tough stuff that comes your way. You are more resilient. You release endorphins that reduce stress and is even a natural pain reliever. Living lively and living with priority of fun, it gives you energy. It makes you youthful. When you're optimistic, you age well. Stress sucks the life out of us. It affects our skin, it affects our digestion system, and it can really affect our livelihood. Laughter releases dopamine. That is the feel-good hormone that I like to say is a natural high. No booze, no drugs. It's a sense of euphoria, and it gives you a positive outlook that improves your mental health and reduces burnout. Serotonin, when you are living lively, you also release serotonin that improves your mood, your digestive system, your sleep, and even your memory. My favorite, belly laughing. Belly laughing increases your heart rate by 10 to 20%. It's a calorie burner. Again, we're talking about health a lot, but not fun health. So who wants to take a guess? Raise your hand, shout it out, popcorn style. How many times a day do you think you are talking or hearing about health in your day-to-day? Yes, sir?
10.
Exactly. Nailed it. 10 times a day is the average that we are talking about health. That is almost once an hour in our waking day. So how are we not talking about how the simple acts of fun can improve our mental health? How are we not talking about how laughter can reduce our stress? How are we not talking about the lack of play can decrease our energy? What are we missing when we know having fun, playing, laughing can reduce our blood pressure, it can manage our anxiety, and it can balance our hormones. Heck, it can even make us look younger and live longer. Why are we not prioritizing fun if it's so good for us? Well, I've got 3 theories to share with you. Catherine Price, she's a health journalist, and she's been studying fun. And in fact, she wrote a book called The Power of Fun. And it talks about how technology, no surprise, has squashed our fun. On average, she researched, we're on technology about 4 hours a day, going down that rabbit hole, looking at social media, reading about things perhaps we don't need to be reading about. 4 hours a day, which equates to about a quarter of our waking life. She has also written programs on how to break up your phone. She believes so strongly the telephone, the technology has squashed our fun. Another theory comes from Dr. Mike Rucker. He's a psychologist, and he's been researching the fun habit, about how we've lost the art of building fun into our day-to-day. Simple acts of fun, like perhaps taking time to read before bed, something enjoyable, or getting out in nature once a day, breathing the fresh air, or simple acts of play, whatever that means for you. He believes that we've all been impressed that playing our big grand gestures like bungee jumping or climbing a mountain or writing a book or donating a building, where it just has to be a simple act of fun and play, build into your day-to-day routine of building a fun habit. And myself, I believe a lot of us have been raised to grow up. Fun is frivolous. Playing is reckless. It's juvenile. I remember my mother saying to me, stop gallivanting. You need to be responsible. You need to grow up. Many of us have been raised within this culture and embedded us that work first, play later if you've got time left in your day or your life. And that's the culture that is embedded that we are also passing down to next generations. And why is this okay? Why is this okay? It's not. The National Institute for Play has been doing over 30 plus years of research on play. And they tell us play is as important to us as adults as food and sleep. I'm going to say that again. Play is as important to us as adults for our well-being as food and sleep. Who's got sign number 2? All right, go for it.
Play is what lifts people out of the mundane. I sometimes compare play to oxygen. It's all around us, yet goes mostly unnoticed or unappreciated until it is missing. Dr. Brown.
Dr. Brown, founder of the National Institute of Play. Play, thank you. Play is what lifts people out of the mundane. I sometimes compare play to oxygen. It's all around us, yet it mostly goes unnoticed or unappreciated until it is missing. Here's the thing. You can start doing something about your fun health. You can start to do it today. I've got a hard question for you. Why wouldn't you want to live lively and prioritize fun if it reduces your stress, if it helps you age and better and live longer? Here's a reminder of what living lively and prioritizing your fun can feel like. Play along. I want everybody here to close their eyes. I want you to think of a time or a moment where your juices were flowing, your cup was overflowing with satisfaction. You had that fire in your belly, you're amped up, your feelings were energetic and vibrant. I'll play along too. Please keep your eyes closed with your moment. I had another bucket list item to go to Tuscany as a solo trip. And my vision was to book an estate on a vineyard somewhere in the mountains of Tuscany, on the rolling hills, on a truffle farm, where a chef would teach me and 12 strangers across the world how to cook like an Italian, under the stars, a big long table. And I did it, and it was beautiful. And I felt free. I felt wild-spirited. I felt euphoric. I felt independent. I felt pride for myself. And this feeling of euphoria, if I could just bottle it up and feel it every day, would just amp me up and make my day go better, my mental health feel better. Now open your eyes. How did that moment feel for you? Anybody like to share? Gentlemen in back? You don't have to share your moment, but how did it make you feel? Okay, body tingles, goosebumps, lightness. That's beautiful. Anybody else? Yes. That euphoria, the strength, felt strong. Anybody else? Felt happy, playful, light. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Most of you will all have had different visions and different feelings. These are all yours. There's no wrong answer about what living lively, what being playful, being lighter is to you. The secret sauce of living lively and prioritizing this fun health in your life is understanding it, understanding what gets you lively. For some people, it's PJs and a good book and a roaring fire. Maybe a good glass of wine thrown in there. For some of you, it's skinny dipping with your friends and having a lot of belly laughs. Guess which one's mine? Your ideal play state begins mid-brain, right here. It encounters something playful, and then your neurons mid-brain light up and starts cascading connections throughout your mind. This is each of us, for us, it's our unique ideal play state. And for adults, it is not obvious. Our play states are not obvious. For kids, super easy. The National Institute of Play has discovered that we each have unique play circuits. We were born into them, and they were developed for us as children, depending on the type of play or how often you played as a child, and then it morphed into your adulthood. And their theory is there's 8 different play personalities, all the way from being a joker to being an explorer. The good news, you can get your play state back if you are out of practice. Self-awareness, you need a little discipline, you need a little time prioritization, you need some understanding what amps you up, you need some willingness, and you do need some courage. And it could be as simple as 3 minutes. It could be as simple as goofing off with blowing bubbles at people and some good music. Now imagine a world where fun is made a priority, where it's not a luxury, it becomes a necessity. You are ready to tackle your day, you jump out of bed, you got spring in your step, you got get up and go, you've got energy. You're not on a rinse and repeat cycle. Every day is shiny. The world is brighter, the world is lighter, and it's a lot more healthier. Without this liveliness, peak performance is almost impossible. Not only in your life, but also at work. All right, who's got sign number 3? Excellent. Mind reading it out?
If work isn't fun, you're playing on the wrong team. Frank Sonnenberg.
If work isn't fun, you're playing on the wrong team. Now, I'm not talking about ping pong tables in your lunchroom or happy hour, even though those are fantastic things to do. I'm talking about fun and play injection into the work tasks. I'm talking about creative, purposeful connections for your teams to better trust and communicate with each other in a very purposeful, fun way. And when you do that, here are the stats. 20% increase in productivity. A reduction of individual and workplace stress. A 44% improvement of staff retention. A 41% decrease in absenteeism. And I know we're all, as bosses, we're all striving for that. And it can be as easy as 3 minutes. I'm circling back to that 3 minutes. You can start a meeting or a complex conversation with what is called a positive power line. You can start it with what went well. Start elevating my mood. What are you most excited about? Or an energy booster that connects us to each other. And I'm going to do an example with all of you right now for 3 minutes. All right. This game is super easy, and I love doing this one, especially when we're having partnership conversations. I might not know everybody, or there might be some intimidation in the room, or perhaps there's been some complex partnership problems. This one is a game changer every single meeting, and it just takes 3 minutes. It's called Have You Ever? All right, so I want you to stand if you have ever lost your car in a parkade. And I know most of you have, not just from the Seinfeld episode. Have you ever, thank you, now you can sit down. Have you ever eaten ice cream as a meal? Okay, that one's hard to admit. Have you ever been in a talent contest? Okay. You over there in the pink shirt. What's talent? What's your talent?
Juggling,
Juggling. How about you? In the hat.
singing,
Sing. What kind of singing?
opera,
Opera. How about you over there in the green shirt?
I don't know.
All right. I love the opera, the juggling, and the I don't know. And I've got 3 books here to give away for sharing. So after the session, please come and see me, and I'd love to give you your book. Okay, so another example, thank you so much for playing along, is we can use fun to help solve complex problems, come up with solutions. There's even a software called Funmentum that's been developed by a company in San Francisco, and they use AI and energetic music and vibes in their software program to stimulate our brains and help with ideation to solve problems. What I used recently was called The Worst Idea Ever. And before we get into that, what's sign number 4?
Sometimes even hearing a bad idea is a great way to get a good idea. Charlie Day.
Sometimes even hearing a bad idea is a great way to get a good idea. So why does this example of a fun injection to the work itself work? Pressure can be paralyzing for people. So when your idea's throwing around the table, people aren't feeling confident, perhaps feeling too vulnerable to share. And when we're sharing the worst ideas ever or doing some fun with it, the stakes can get lowered on these bad ideas, and your brains are stimulated in a counterintuitive way. Again, back to releasing that dopamine, and it feels good, and it busts open more sharing into routine. It gives us permission to think in a different way. It can even be as purposeful as team bonding connections. One time in an organization, I had to double up the staff team from 10 to 20 people within 3 months and produce outcomes within 12 months. That was a quick hire and a quick staff increase, and I had to do something quick to bond the team. So I hosted a staff games in my backyard, and we did old school water balloon tosses and a tug of war, and you had to pick your captain, and we had an egg toss and a scavenger hunt. We had awards and a gold medal, and it was a way to pair up team members that didn't know each other. And at the end of that day, I mean, there was a lot of laughter, there was a lot of connections, and a lot of trust built amongst the team members. That's another really great example. If you are still not convinced to prioritize fun in your life and in the workplace, I've got 3 living lively hacks for you to walk away with today. Who's got sign number 5?
Me. If you obey all the rules, you miss all the fun. Katharine Hepburn.
I love that. If you obey all the rules, you miss all the fun. Katharine Hepburn. Living lively hack number 1. Say why not more than why. And you may have to break some societal rules in there as well. I'm not talking about breaking a car, doing a break and enter. I'm talking about ordering dessert first over your salad. Why not? Many of us spend a lot of time in the space of why. Overanalyzing, overthinking, self-doubt, worry. And by the time you overthink it, that opportunity might have flown you by. Why not? Why not me? Why can't I? Why shouldn't I? Why not? Saying why not more than why. Lively hack number 2. Do a daily fire in your belly pulse check. And for those in the room that love evaluation and quality improvement, that's what it is. Or reflection at the end of your day. Have a look at your day. What got you amped up? What got you lively? What felt good? What inspired you? Do more of it. What didn't, what brought you down, what made you feel blah or flat or meh. If you don't have to do it, mark hard. Don't do it anymore. A daily fire in your belly. Check. Living lively hack number 3. Who's got sign number 6?
Make your bucket and fun list your addiction. Trina Innes.
Ah, who said that? Make your bucket and fun list your addiction. I'm a big proponent. You've heard me talk about bucket lists about 10 times in this session. I'm a big fan. A bucket list is a list of items you want to achieve by the time you die. Write them down. You are 40% more likely to move things in your life to action if you write them down. And you might as well start a fun list. So a fun list is a list, if I'm reading something or hearing something or someone tells me something, write it down, right? Build your fun list. And your fun list, if you've got your Saturday free and you want to have some fun, you just pop up your fun list and pick something off of that. If it's down and you don't have to think about it, you're more likely to put that fun into action. So that is living lively hack number 3. And remember, all it takes is just 3 minutes out of your day. Imagine if you walked out of here challenging yourself to say why not more than why today. Imagine if just even over half of you, 51%, take this seriously to live and work with fun as a priority, with fun as a must-have, with fun as a necessity. Imagine that ripple effect. The impact that it will have on the people that you touch in your lives and at work, and the difference that is going to make in the vibrancy of people's days. This, my friend, is called the fun movement. Thank you for playing along today and having fun. You have been fabulous. I wish you nothing but liveliness, fun, laughter, and play. Thank you.